Well, in this video, I'm going to continue my series on the 12 lessons that I learned from my time in the pastorate. And if you haven't seen the previous two videos, be sure to click that little card right there, or I'll have the links down in the description below. So this is a 3-part series, and I'm going to start doing some of these. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell icon to stay up to date and make sure you don't miss any videos. In the meantime, let's go ahead and continue on with this series about 12 lessons that I learned from my 10 years in the pastorate. Lesson number 9, be yourself, not who someone thinks you should be. God gives each person a unique personality, unique experiences, and unique characteristics. God makes us each special. When we try to force each other or ourselves to be who we're not, that leads to conflict. Instead, we need to allow each other and ourselves to be who God has made us to be. It's very possible to have a church pastored first by, let's say, a very outgoing extrovert, and then be pastored by a withdrawn, quiet introvert. One's not better than the other. They're just different. We should allow each person to be who God has made them. That said, this is not an excuse to not do our job as pastors. And that's a mistake I made. That is, settling on who I am and not trying to go outside of my own comfort zone because, well, it just wasn't comfortable. Sometimes we need to do things that are not natural because that's part of not just the job, but the calling. But that said, we should not try to be who we're not, and we should not ask our pastors to be who they're not. God made them the way He made them, and they should be allowed to be who God made them to be. So don't try to force yourself or others to be contrary to what God's designed. Lesson number 10, be authentic and upfront about your personality, styles, and quirks. We all have personality traits, we all have character flaws, we all have strengths and weaknesses. We all have things that we do that are preferential, and we all have styles in and of ourselves. We should let the church know up front about ourselves. We should be open about our strengths and weaknesses and quirks and little things like that. We don't want the congregation to discover that later because that won't turn out very well. Instead, let them know who you are. Let them know about you. Be open with them. Be upfront with them. They will appreciate it more. They will follow that a lot more. And I think you will find that will help build trust with them. So don't try to hide your personality. Don't try to, put on the right face. Instead, be who you are, be open, be honest, be, transparent. Or a better word, be authentic about who you are. Lesson 11, you'll learn more about yourself doing ministry than you realized. Now, I've already said that you need to be upfront with the church about your personality traits and quirks. Well, as you're doing ministry, you will discover things about yourself that you may not have known before. You will discover things about who you are, about your frustrations, about your joys. You'll discover things about your personality, both for the better and for the worse, and you will learn about yourself. As you discover things about yourself, bring the congregation along. Talk to the leadership in the church. Let them know what you've learned about yourself. Continue to be authentic like you were in the beginning. As you bring them along that journey, as you teach them about yourself, as you're learning about yourself, you'll probably find that they will have greater trust for you. They may be able to help you with your weaknesses. They may be able to, help you develop new skills, and you will find that you will grow stronger and closer together. So as you're going along the journey and learning about yourself, bring the church along. And you might be surprised what you learn about them as much as you learn about yourself. Lesson 12, seek critique, but ignore critics, haters, and trolls. Every church has them. Critics, haters, and trolls. They're going to be there. Now, there's a difference between a critique and a critic. A critic might be something like this. I don't like you, Pastor. You don't do anything right, jerk. Okay, that's a little bit exaggerated, but the point is there. There's going to be people who simply say mean things about you and to you. But what about critique? Well, critique might look something like this. Hey, Pastor, I love how you're doing this and that, but I think that the way you're doing this other thing over here, I think there might be a better way of doing it. And if it's okay, can I offer some ideas that might be able to help? Okay, that example may be a bit bubbly, but the point is still there. Critiques help us grow. Criticism just simply hurts, and we should ignore the criticism. And definitely don't gossip about it, but we should ignore the criticism. Critiques, though, we should welcome because they show us where our weaknesses are, and they help us overcome them, they help us change them, and they help us grow as Christians, as believers, and as people. If someone comes to you trying to help you grow, they're doing it out of love. They're doing it because they love you. They're taking time out of their lives to help you. And that's something I don't know if I truly appreciated when I was serving in Florida. And if I ever serve in the pastorate again, I will definitely appreciate those who come trying to help me. And I will heed their advice, heed their input, because I need it, because I know I'm not perfect. And I know that I have weaknesses and I want to grow. And if you have people coming to you as pastor, trying to help you, love those people, desire to have those people in your lives, and cherish the relationship you have with them, because they love you and they're showing their love to you by trying to help you be not just a better pastor and not just a better person, but a better follower of Jesus Christ. These are 12 lessons that I learned during my time in the pastorate. As I said before, I didn't do everything wrong, but I didn't do everything right. And as I look back, these lessons are ones that if I ever end up at the pastorate again, I would implement in my life and in my ministry. And I hope these lessons help you. I hope you can learn from my mistakes and become a better pastor, become a better minister, and begin to implement these things in your life and in your church. Maybe there's some lessons that you've learned that I didn't outline. If so, comment below so you can help others in their ministry. I hope this helps. God bless, and keep knowing, showing, and sharing the gospel.